racism wasn't just calling people the N-word. It wasn't just having stereotypes based on the color of your skin. It was systematic deals that were put in place to enable white people to have privilege and for people of color to struggle. My name is Maurice Joseph.
I'm Shrivastana.
My name is Malikat Rufai.
I am Gerard Burley.
I'm 34 years old.
I'm a 29-year-old.
I am a 30-year-old.
I'm a 36-year-old.
I'm a men's college basketball coach, born and raised in Montreal, Quebec, but currently residing in Washington, D.C.
Working in the field of international development and peace building.
Diplomat living here in Washington, D.C., and I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois.
Trainer and fitness studio owner.
I am Black.
I'm half Indian, half Caucasian.
And finally, quite obviously, I am Black.
I am Black.
What is your definition of racism?
What is your definition of racism?
Racism is learned. Racism is taught. Racism is passed down. No one is born a racist. It's jaded worldviews, behaviors, actions, stereotypes that are aimed towards people of color solely based on the color of their skin and nothing else.
I think the definition of racism that to me has been more impactful and more prevalent than previous definitions that have focused more overtly on people asserting the superiority of one race over another are those that take into consideration the idea of implicit bias and the idea of how our frames of mind affect our behaviors and our actions.
So for me, racism goes beyond the textbook definition of a prejudice based on race. Because yes, at its core, it is a prejudice based on race. However, in the United States, there's so much that is systemic.
I'm born and raised in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Didn't move to the United States until I was 19 years old. I moved to the state of Michigan to go to college, to play college basketball there. And after taking some courses, after forming some relationships, teammates, friends, coaches, being immersed in the United States culture, I then learned that racism wasn't just calling people the N-word. It wasn't just having stereotypes based on the color of your skin. It was systematic deals that were put in place to enable white people to have privilege and for people of color to struggle. The education system, the justice system, affirmative action, you name it. Those things were almost oblivious to me while I was living in Canada, but became very blatant as I moved to the United States of America.
Make decisions all the time in a snap decision format, right? Where you don't even think about it. Like a lot of the decisions we make are so subconscious, or we make in the first millisecond in our brain upon seeing someone.
You know, psychological studies have shown that the first two things we see when we look at someone are their gender and their race. So it's not like we're going to become colorblind or that we want to become colorblind anytime in the future. But more so just accepting and appreciating that, you know, we're hardwired to see things in certain ways, and therefore we need to compensate in certain ways to assure equality and to assure justice.
In order to truly not be racist, you have to do the work of being anti-racist. We have numerous resources available. This is the information age. There are books and think pieces and everything that one could think of to help us get to a point where we're truly anti-racist. It is about benefiting from systems of racism, understanding that you're benefiting from systems of racism, and doing nothing to stop it. Doing nothing to undo what has been done, because deep down you're comfortable. And so for me, racism is about complacency and about silence. It is about where you stand when you recognize that someone is being discriminated against, or when you recognize that you are benefiting from a system of oppression that offers you specific privileges that it does not afford others. And if you decide that in those moments you're going to be silent and you're going to be neutral, then yeah, you're a little bit racist. Doesn't mean you're unredeemable, but it does mean that you have a lot of unlearning and a lot of growing to do.
And anything that can be learned can be unlearned. time to unlearn it.